Hi, my name is Monika. I'm originally from Finland. I'm 45. I live in the UK for about 26 years now. The thing is, of course, because I hadn't thought about it, I hadn't looked into it, I hadn't read about the menopause really, maybe in passing. Obviously, it's a term that I'd obviously come across many times, but because it wasn't really relevant, in my opinion, at the time to me, I hadn't looked at what the various different symptoms might be. So it was only when I then started looking into the symptoms, which is when Peppy came into the picture, that I thought, hang on a minute, I can possibly explain this, and this with the menopause. And albeit I'm only 45, and my friends who I mentioned to are horrified. They're like, hang on a minute, surely menopause only starts in your 50s. You're way too early. It's not that. And then having looked into it further, this is quite typical a time for people to start noticing various changes, but also perhaps because I allowed myself to accept that maybe me sleeping so badly is not to do with, stress or whatever, is actually to do with these hormonal changes. I feel that overall, these are hormonal changes in my body, and I feel better that I have a reason for it than not to have a reason for it. I've also felt memory, not necessarily memory loss, but issues with memory, issues with quick recall and stuff like that I never used to have before. And I work in an industry where I feel like I need to always be on the ball immediately, because queries tend to come in there and then, and I need to be able to respond straight away. So that's been something that I wanted to address. I typically wake up every half an hour to an hour. So even though I'm able to go back to sleep again, it's just that it's every night like that. I've definitely had things that have affected my work, and I think the thing that's affected my work more than anything is the huge tiredness that I've been feeling. Well, I just like the fact that I could kind of dip in and out of the app as and when I wanted to. The thing that I've really found helpful, because it suits me, is taking part in the online Zoom classes. I felt that speaking to or having Kathy Abernethy lead her classes, for example, where she's amazing. She's just like a wealth of information. I just feel like this is somebody I can trust. She's gone through it herself. She knows what she's talking about. And more than that, she just sort of lifts that kind of shroud of secrecy from the subject. There's been women on those courses that have opened up about their own experiences, and that makes me feel like I'm part of something greater and it's not just happening to me. So that's been the thing that I valued the most out of everything. The thing that was actually the most helpful for me was the fact that I had the one-to-one conversation with a Peppy consultant. As I was explaining what I was going through, and there was this very specific issue, which personally I felt was definitely menopause related. And she said, actually, Monika, I think it's a good idea for you to speak to your doctor about that. It now seems to be resolved, and that I put down purely to my conversation with the Peppy consultant. So, it was genuinely amazing. Really, really good. So I pay for Vitality myself. For me, the value is tremendous. And, again, due to the fact that it's just something that people don't talk about. And I'm able to get this information without any sort of, taboo, any, secrecy, any shame. It's completely normalized as it should be. So for that reason, I'm incredibly grateful that Vitality went ahead and offered this service, and it's what will make me stay with this, with Vitality going forward for sure.